Installation procedure for large-scale H-type layer cages. Part 1. Connecting the manure removal system. Install the tail end connection frame. Before leveling, do not tighten any screws. Part 2. Installing the chicken cages. When placing the chicken cages, pay close attention to the position of the hooks. Install the cage doors on both sides of the chicken cages. Part 3. Installing the front end connection frame. The end of the front end connection frame with screws should face forward. Part 4. Installing the tail end vertical bracket. This step must be performed after the tail end connection frame has been leveled. Align the groove of the bracket with the groove of the tail end connection frame. Tighten the screws after rechecking the level. Part 5. Installing the second layer front end connection frame. The end of the front end connection frame with screws should face forward. Part 6. Leveling calibration. Place the level on the manure removal system. Adjust the bottom screws to achieve horizontal calibration. Tighten all screws once leveling is completed. Part 7. Installing the manure removal belt rollers. The rollers should rotate clockwise, with the rotation direction facing the manure removal system. Rotate clockwise toward the manure removal system. Distinguish between different types of rollers and tighten the fixing screws. Part 8. Installing the manure removal belt. Pass the cable through the middle area between the two rollers under the chicken cage. Pass the manure removal belt through the designated position. After installation, ensure the smooth side faces outward. Part 9. Installing the scraper. Pay attention to the installation position of the scraper and do not reverse it. Part 10. Installing the belt pressing rollers. Pay attention to the tightness adjustment of the roller screws during installation. Tighten the screws firmly after the rollers are installed in place. Part 11. Tightening the manure removal belt. Adjust the tensioning screws to tighten the manure removal belt. The standard is that the scraper can just contact the belt. The end of the front end connection frame with screws should face forward. Part 12. Installing the feeding trough. Install the feeding trough in the designated position. Part 13. Leveling the egg collector. Calibrate the level of each part of the egg collector and tighten the fixing screws. Soft eggs screened out by the device will automatically fall into the collection tray. Part 14. Installing the top bracket and motor. Install the top bracket in place first. Fix the motor firmly on the bracket. Part 15. Installing the overhead feeding system. Perform vertical calibration first, then tighten the fixing screws. Ensure all screws at each connection point are tightened. This is the material returner. This component is the observation window. This component is the dust cover. Part 16. Connecting the cables. Reserve an appropriate length of cable and then fix it firmly. Part 17. Installing the egg rolling belt. Install the fixing frame of the egg rolling belt. Align the bracket with the roller and tighten the connecting screws. Place the egg rolling belt on the right side at the upper position and ensure a firm connection. Adjust the screws to stretch the egg rolling belt appropriately. Part 18. Installing the water line. Cut the water pipe to a suitable length and connect it to the pressure-reducing valve and the sewage outlet. Use cable TIs to fix any unstable parts of the water pipe. Part 19. Installing the overhead feeding track. If multiple H-type chicken cages need to be connected, connect the tracks at both ends of the cages to form a complete feeding track system. Each embedded steel pipe accounts for half. During welding, it is sufficient to weld 1/3 of the embedded steel pipe at each end. Part 20. Installing the egg sorting dial. Ensure that the sorting area corresponding to each layer of the dial is different. The manure removal belt in this video is only installed on the bottom layer. The installation method for the upper layers is identical. The installation method of feeding troughs in other positions is the same as the standard procedure above.